Hey guys, it's Friday, 10:19 p.m. on October 12th, 2018, and I just want to follow up with some additional information and references here to show you some external confirmation of the data that I provided you with on the day of the hurricane, October 10th, 2018, where I demonstrated to you that Panama City, Tyndall Air Force Base, and Mexico Beach, according to their own intellicast web pages, were reading 86-mile-an-hour winds at 12:12 p.m. to like roughly, I don't know, I don't have the exact numbers, but at 86-mile-an-hour winds at 12:12. And in the meantime, cities like Panama Beach, which are only 10 miles away, Youngstown, Overstreet, and Sunnyside, those guys were reporting wind speeds of like 36 miles an hour. So less than half the wind speeds that should have been literally all of these cities, because they're all within the tightly knit within the radius of what the hurricane advisory said they should be. See, the hurricane advisory said that the hurricane force winds extended out to 45 miles from the center, which gives us a 90-mile radius. And as I showed you in my video, that's not what we see, and that's the whole point of these videos that I'm doing for you. So let me just go ahead and show you my confirmation that I found a personal weather station reporting separate data for Panama Beach, and the Weather Underground data is still registering for Tyndall Air Force Base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to Weather Underground right now, and I'm going to take you to well, here, I'll show you something. If you type in Panama City, it's going to take you to the Tyndall Air Force Base. So I'm going to take you to Panama City, Florida, and we're going to go to the history here, and it's going to default us over to the Tyndall Air Force Base. Now, fortunately, these numbers have not been scrubbed, so I'm going to take you to, I want to do this all real time so you guys can see that I'm not horsing around here. Take you to October 10th. And hit view. It's going to take a second to load. It will pull this information up right here, and then we're going to scroll down, and we should see the wind speeds at 86 miles an hour high. Yes, ding, 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 ding. Here we go, maximum wind speed. This is for this area. That's for this area right here, guys. Tyndall Air Force Base is smack dab in the middle of this, okay? And yes, highest wind speed recorded for Tyndall Air Force Base, 86 miles an hour. This data has not been scrubbed yet. Now, I want to show you the observational data here, and I'm going to go real slow so we can capture every single reading. And I will put the links in the description so you guys can go ahead and copy this data if you want to. And we're going to see that 11:45 a.m. the wind speeds will be 55 miles an hour, just like I reported on the day of the hurricane. 11:45 a.m. wind speeds are 55 miles an hour. Ding, 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 ding. Now let's go to 12:12. We should see 86 miles an hour. 12:12, 86 miles an hour. Ding, 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 ding. All right, and then we're going to go to, it was 12:19. So the hurricane only lasted, you guys, the hurricane only lasted 7 minutes. You see that? They hit, well, actually 7, it lasted 8 minutes because it went from 12:11 with 77-mile-an-hour winds to 9 minutes, I'm sorry, to 12:12 or 12:20 at 77-mile-an-hour winds. That's the entire duration of the quote-unquote hurricane. But anyway, we have external confirmation of my numbers now, all right, that I showed you on the day of the hurricane. So once again, praise God, the truth is still there. In some regard, we can at least capture it, and you can see the gusts and wind speed and stuff like that, 86 miles an hour, precipitation. Okay, now, then I'm going to take you to this weather station here, this personal weather station in, let's see if it'll scroll up all the way, Summerwoods. It's the station KFLPANAM 99. This is a personal weather station. All right, here's the thing, and I have queued up here October 10th. I'll just redo it so you guys can see I'm actually pulling up October 10th. And you guys can go. I'll put the links in the description for this. You guys can go check this out yourself. And now this is Panama. This is this area right here. What I've just shown you before was Tyndall Air Force Base here. But now I'm showing you what was literally less than 10 miles away at Panama Beach. So this is Panama Beach, where the highest wind speed was 49 miles an hour. And I want to show you, once again, I'm going to scroll all the way down to this data. And I'm going to take you to 11:45, where winds, well, actually, I'll take you to 12:12, where wind speeds were 86 miles an hour at Panama City and Tyndall Air Force Base. But at 12:12, you'll see right around 12:12 what the wind speeds were here. Unbelievable, they were about half. Right here. At 12:12, which, okay, we'll use 12:14, that's close enough. The wind speeds were literally less than half. Less than half. They were 50 miles an hour slower 10 miles away. You guys, that is impossible. If this was a hurricane, which according to the Hurricane Center, this wind should have extended outward, and hurricane strength winds should have extended outward at least 45 miles, which means the lowest wind speed that should be 10 miles away, folks, should be 74 miles an hour. The lowest wind speed. But we're getting 36, you guys. It wasn't even, it was 50 miles an hour slower. No hurricane hit here, folks. I need you to check this out and look very carefully here. No hurricane hit here. They had very bizarre, sporadic, up and down winds. They went up to 50 miles an hour at 12:44, but no wind speed hit here. No hurricane hit here. So that is a critical detail. And since this information was literally scrubbed off intellicast, I wanted to, well, actually, I'm going to keep scrolling down so you guys can see the whole day. Just notice that no hurricane hit here. As we scroll all the way down for the entire day. Sorry, I forgot to do this. Scrape it all the way down. All the way down. We're almost there. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, almost there. 8 o'clock. Almost. Okay, good. There we go. And now we can get this is, wow, nice data set for Hurricane Michael. Thank you. Hope you're fine. All right. So there we go. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And now I'm going to ask you guys, since I'm still new to finding all these resources for research, where would you guys look for wind speed indicators? Where else do you guys look besides Weather Underground? I know that windy.com is supposed to be really good, but let me show you my concern about windy.com. Here we go. Windy.com, you guys, I followed, I'll just show you this. How do I do this? Okay, let me just show you my concern about windy.com. If we go to intellicast, all right, and we pull up Mexico Beach for that day, as I showed you, Mexico Beach's data is based on METAR data from KDTS, all right? Now remember, I showed you on my last video that this data had been scrubbed, right? I showed you that they had changed it so that the highest wind speed at the 12 o'clock time was around 37 miles an hour. Well, watch what happens if we go to windy.com for the KTDS of the exact same time. I'll just show you that that's what I'm looking at. If we go here to windy.com for the KDTS, that's an executive airport here that does the reading, and it will pull us into this. And if we go to the history for this day, I don't remember exactly how I got there, so hang in here with me. Okay, if I go to reports from the weather station at this place, and I extend this out to 3 days, which would include October 10th, right? Because that was the day of the hurricane. We're going to go to October 10th, and we're going to see the highest wind speeds were 34 miles, 31 miles an hour. So in other words, what I'm telling you guys is that the information that feeds into windy.com is the same information that feeds into intellicast. So now, for some reason, intellicast can scrub their numbers, and it ends up impacting the spillover that we get at like windy.com. So windy.com has got the scrubbed data that I showed you from yesterday's video. Because if this was the actual information that I showed you originally, it would match the stuff that we have here at the Tyndall Air Force Base, where we actually see that at 12:12 p.m. there was 86-mile-an-hour winds. But windy.com is not showing us 86-mile-an-hour winds on this day. In fact, windy.com doesn't show that there was any hurricane here at all. So the fact that windy.com does not tell us that there's a hurricane here, I'm just saying that, you guys, we could probably eliminate the sources of information that we use based on whether or not they show a hurricane going through here. So I would be happy to go through and do that research for you people if you would give me the names of the sources that you use for information, because this is a very good litmus test to see if the data is susceptible to being scrubbed. Because obviously intellicast is, obviously windy.com is. I just don't know if, what other sources other people use. As of right now, it looks like Weather Underground is still pretty accurate, and the integrity of the Weather Underground data, especially the personal weather stations, like I've said, you guys, personal weather stations can't. Here's the thing. Personal weather stations, and this is why I use them to measure my wind speeds, personal weather stations can't be edited because the data that is contained in those personal weather stations is literally in the living room of some old grandparents down in Florida. Okay, that's how that stuff works. Those readings are captured in that little teeny weeny box. If they throw that box away, all this information goes in the garbage. That's why these little data sets are so beautiful. But here's the problem. You can shut off all the data sets for an entire region, which is why if we look at the personal weather stations everywhere else, we see all these little numbers. These are all personal weather stations. And notice that they're all far to the west of Panama City. I don't know how this guy's information is still live, but look at this. You're not going to see any personal weather stations anywhere in this part of Florida. That means all of this data has been shut down. And just to emphasize that point, let me take you to intellicast and show you that if we go back to, if I just type in, let's type in Tyndall Air Force. Well, I'll just go to Tyndall AFB. Okay, if I go to Tyndall AFB here, it'll tell you, oops, we have no personal weather stations in your area. And now that is impossible. Old people, Florida, they love weather. There's more weather stations in Florida than probably anywhere else in the world. That's just what old people do. I'm getting old. Obviously, it's true. Anyway, so there's no, oops, we have no weather stations in your area. So my point is that they are absolutely able to shut down that data feed. But for some reason, Weather Underground has this information squeezing through for this one little dude in Panama City Beach. So I praise God for that little tidbit of data, because everybody else around here has been shut down. So that's that, guys. I will leave the links in the description, and if you guys have any, like I said, if you have any other further suggestions for where you can get wind speed instrument readings, and aside from the NOAA buoys like I go to, I'd be happy to check them out. Like I said, windy.com is susceptible to being scrubbed. Obviously, they are not recording any sort of a hurricane reading for this day, which, I don't know. If windy.com missed the hurricane, you guys, and I caught it, then you know the data's no good on windy.com. All right, you guys, so have a good night, and I look forward to seeing what your comments have to say. Thanks for all your support. Thanks.